Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to my Atletico Madrid career mode series here on FIFA 20. This is episode 9, I believe, right now, and yeah, I'm very much enjoying this. Let's just quickly do this. Rotation is key. We want to focus on long-term success, say all the right things, and let's talk about the previous game, which I've actually forgotten because I recorded it a few days ago and kind of stockpiled them over the weekend, because I don't really like to record videos on the weekend, so I got quite a few done in bulk. But that kind of gives us a clue. Rodrigo scores a hat-trick in Atletico win. Who was that against, actually? I want to say Alaves. It was Alaves. It was Alaves, and we also played Bilbao. So we scored 11 goals in the last episode. But today's episode is actually going to be quite a tough one. We're away to Sevilla to start things off, and then we're against Leverkusen in a return fixture in the group stage of the Champions League. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into it, and we are going to be playing in our fabulous... I kind of wanted to play in the blue kit, you know. Yeah, you know what? We're going to risk it and play in the blue kit. Hope it's alright. Right, we're going to make a couple of changes because it looks like a couple of players are not fully fit. Obviously, it's not too much of an issue. Rodrigo, obviously, then we do want to play at some point in this game, seeing as he did get a hat-trick against Alaves. But yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying this series. We're getting stuck into it now. I always find that with a career, you can always find out in the first 2 or 3 games if you're going to enjoy it or not. And obviously that does mean that you got suffer through the summer of doing transfers, and then it could be wasted if you don't enjoy it. But I'm really enjoying the series, and obviously I want it to progress as much as it can. One thing I will say is with this series it can branch off. So this season obviously is going to be Atletico Madrid, but there's no saying that next season I might move to another European club, and it continues on in its own way, I guess. The series, the obviously episode numbers may continue upwards, but it's a different club. Who knows? But I'm fully focused on Atletico this season. If I win everything, then there's a chance I'll move on. But if I don't win anything, obviously then I'll be even more motivated to try again. So it's going to be really, really interesting. But anyway, we are here at the Roman Sanchez Pizjuan. Is that how you say it? Roman Sanchez Pizjuan.
Hi everybody, welcome to this lovely stadium, the Ramon Sanchez
Raymond, not Roman. I was close though, considering. But anyway, we're going to skip through this, and we are going to get... Okay, it's not the biggest contrast ever. Maybe I should have gone black, but I just feel that it's nice to use other kits as well. It's been a few days, like I said, since I've played this, so forgive me if my playstyle is a bit rusty in this game. So it's going to be it's actually a very tough game to come back into this series with. Oh, Munir has managed to get past. It's a deep cross, and Casco has just put it wide. Lopetegui, I think that's how you say his name. Obviously got sacked as the Spain manager because he took the Real Madrid job, and then within a few months he got sacked from that, so fair play to him. Okay, so at the moment struggling to regain possession and keep hold of it, but all we need is just one chance, and then we're away. I think I tried to force that a bit too much.
This game really is a chance for him to express himself. Those defenders he's facing would have watched all the DVDs, but they're in for a tough.
Who watches DVDs anymore? Honestly, they should analyse football on Netflix. That's the way forward. I don't even think they do it on DVDs anyway. I think it's just all digital anyway. Do it on Blu-ray. I don't know what I'm making conversation because I'm actually struggling in this game to really gain any sort of momentum. That's a good ball. It's not the greatest. Ooh. I want to say that João Felix is onside. Oh, I did muck it up a bit, I will say that. But we regain possession, or retain it, I should say. Okay, should have hit that first time, like I actually pressed the button. You might have even heard it. Trippier in. What's that been given for? Ah, okay. Over a quarter way into this game, we are struggling, as predicted. But I don't know if it's just down to Sevilla being very organised and competent, or me being incompetent, where I can't remember how I play with Atletico. Because yesterday I did start a Liverpool career, just like my own casual one. So I'm very much used to using Mane, Firmino and Salah right now, where it's actually tough to remember how to use this team. But Keita might be one that I do use, but saying he hasn't scored in my career. That could be a foul, surely. No? Okay. Oh. Ah, if I could get that across. Right, is that a corner? Throw in. Oh, bollocks, I didn't need to take it that quickly. Okay, we're coming up to a half time. Still 0-0. Starting to get a bit more into it, starting to create a bit more chances. But they are quite rare. No! Oh, you ball ache. What? Why did it not switch to Morata then? Come on. Got to take some risks. Oh. Ah, trying to get it back to Koke then to Felipe Anderson. I always like to try and stay like 2 passes ahead in my mind, so I know exactly what I'm trying to do. But seemingly so far it's been unsuccessful, I should say, because we find ourselves on stalemate terms. That wasn't the correct term. So yeah, we have work to do. Rodrigo, I'm pretty sure will be introduced at some point. I have a bit of heartburn right now, it hurts. I think it's heartburn at least. It could be acid reflux. Don't know why I'm saying this. Okay, that wasn't the best ball to Morata. That was a nice ball. Ah, if only João Felix was a bit quicker to turn, I might have to work on it in training. Get his agility right up. Okay, I'm not ready to drop first points. Oh, that's just poor. I need to use my wingers a lot more. Oh, save again. Straight at the keeper once again, boy. That's a foul. Yeah, that is a foul. Thank you. Alright, this is a good opportunity just around the hour mark to make a few changes. I'm going to bring on Lamar because I think that he probably deserves it over his performances throughout the season. I'm going to take off Kate. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep that as it is, I think. Right, let's see if about there. Oh, started a bit wide. Not bad effort though, but with 31 minutes to go in this game, starting to get a bit more, I wouldn't say desperate, because winning is important, but it's not the, well, it actually is the I can't think of the right phrase.
Well, here he goes.
Got someone called Jordan.
Player do this. Read the play well to intercept. Well, suddenly they could be on the counter.
João Felix, can you come back, please? That's nice.
Koke. He might have put his teammate in here.
That's what you want to see, and it is the informed striker. I went quiet there because that was concentration, that was. But Rodrigo has scored yet again, which is absolutely fantastic from our point of view. It's a nice stadium, the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium. Nice little give and go with Koke. Had to take that touch to keep it calm, and then a lovely little outside of foot finesse by Rodrigo's left foot. He is quite one-footed, I have noticed that. But it doesn't matter, he's put as a head, which is obviously massive as far as our season, because at the moment we're still neck and neck with Barcelona. So if we drop points, chances are they're going to be pushing us all the way. So realistically, the only thing that matters is winning, which is a shame, because, well, saying that, we've won every game so far on merit. We've worked very hard to get some last minute. Oh God, no. So this is the problem. Like when we go 1-0 up, that the opposition normally has a bit of a spell where they are going to be creating many chances. So hopefully we can. That's off. No. Just get it away. Get it away.
Real Madrid has been a goal. Alan McInerney knows all about it. Alan, tell us. It's another goal for Real Madrid. 77 minutes played. 4-1.
Okay.
So many thanks.
But it's a spell where we're going to have a bit of the ball now, is it? Ah, that was a poor ball. That was lazy, as I would call it.
Is ticking away here.
Bit of a lazy pass. Okay, there's no way you're keeping that in.
Fans though racking up the atmosphere. Yeah, just important.
Alright, last 10 minutes. Realistically, we need to score another, because Sevilla are starting to really cause me worries more than anything.
Got 8 more minutes of the 90.
Ah!
To read the
The pass is just poor. Okay,
He's read that, hasn't he?
it's fine, it's fine.
Made it look easy, actually.
Jimenez is bringing it forward. That is fine if it works, which it has done.
Threads it through. In front of goal.
João Felix!
Did well to reach it, but he couldn't keep it.
That's a brilliant ball. Oh no, it hit Lamar!
Good interception.
Instead of like him controlling it. Well, him shooting. It controlled the other person.
Not much time left to try and get an equaliser.
That's gone, that's gone.
Now or never.
Right, just over a minute to hold out.
Just
Oh, okay, that's
1
ball.
minute left on the clock.
No, okay, we managed to pick up a 1-0 win away to Sevilla. That was a tough game. I wouldn't say I played bad. I would say that Sevilla played good enough to possibly get something in this game, which is credit to them, but it's also credit to our character. We just never give up, and we managed to just find a way somehow in this series. It's actually weird how, like, much we are able just to stick together. Like, stats wise, it wasn't too bad, but I feel like there needs to be some improvements, especially going up against a very good team in Bayer Leverkusen next game. You could argue that we battered them in Germany, but
Tengo varias preguntas que hacerle, pero antes me gustaría darle las gracias por su
he
tiempo.
can bounce back easily. He can bounce back. I'm not really focused on the staying unbeaten. We were the better team. Well, I will say that we were better. One thing I will say is though, it was saying there about our unbeaten run. I care about it to a point where I just want to stay ahead of Barcelona. Yes, drawing means I'm staying unbeaten. I do get that, but as long as Barcelona are keeping with us, we need to stay unbeaten. That much is a fact. But it's not the and all end all. I can't remember what the saying is, but we've got to improve, or we've got to at least keep this level of consistency going, which I hope we can do. I hope we can do.
Les agradecemos su paciencia. Las preguntas empezarán en unos instantes.
I realistically don't know if we're going to see Felipe Anderson. Will we win again? I certainly think so. We're at home. That could help for something. A win is a win for a 1-0 win. It doesn't matter how you win, as long as you do win. It's the same as a 3-2. You win by 1 goal at the end of the day. But 1-0 is not bad because you keep the clean sheet as well. But anyway, we have our second game against Leverkusen and our fourth game in the group stage, and we're going to be changing it up, the team a slight bit, obviously because it is a midweek fixture. I'm tempted actually to go with Llorente at centre back again. I'm actually going to do that. I think it kind of worked quite well. Partey can stay in. We're going to take out Koke for Van der Beek. Felix can play the first half, but then come off for Lamar or Felipe Anderson or Rodrigo. But I'm happy to keep with that. It's actually rare that I'm actually starting Morata in a European game. I think this season I haven't really done that. Normally it's like Rodrigo or João Felix holding the line. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic because I'm still very much on the fence with Morata. I think Rodrigo now is starting to come into his own, and he's a player that like I can really get behind. But Morata needs to improve before January, because January is probably probably the time where I need to think, right, do I want to keep him to the end of the season on loan? If I do keep him, then it's like in the second half of the season, it's more down to, do I want to get him permanently next season? But for me right now, it's, do I want to keep him beyond January, or do I want to try and find a new striker? That's the sticking point for me right now. That's the thing. Do I want to keep Morata past this season?
Yeah, thanks, Derek. The host can claim their spot in the knockout stages tonight. Affect the things that are in your control. Focus on the job in hand.
Okay.
That's what they need to concentrate on. We're surely in for a good game.
I'm trying to think how many goals I want Morata on before I make that, like, to give me a bit of an idea of where I want to. Probably 10 goals this season, honestly. Oh, Hirodeki saved that. I thought Morata just put it over the bar. But it was a good start. Oh, I did not do that extra. I held it down then. Why is there such a delay? I tried actually going to João Felix then, so that's my excuse.
Well, sometimes there's no great mystery in terms of a team's preferred style, and the visitors do like to press high. It's very much their game. Lee, would you expect to see more of that?
Oh, Morata should be getting there. It's a bit lazy. Oh, we're all over by Leverkusen again, to be honest.
Well, looking at the table, it might be a night of celebration for the home fans because they know their heroes could clinch a place in the knockout stages this evening with games to spare, Lee. Well, yeah, and they need a point to go through, and sometimes that can be a dangerous position.
Ref. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Because yes, I did put in a ball, but did I get fouled in the process?
Well, you can probably see why we're focusing on this fellow as one to watch. Lee, in particular, what do you expect from his game? Well, every defender goes into a game not wanting 3 goals in 3 games to be the player you're playing against.
That's offside, surely. Thank you.
He's just veered into an offside position this time. Versalco. Donny van der Beek. It's with Saul. He's enjoying space. Teamwork might
I have no idea who my dog's barking at.
a good reading of the game to win possession back.
There might be someone at the door for all I know, but I don't care at the moment. I'm playing.
One for them to pursue.
I don't know who. Like, I need to shut Scamp up, really. I'm probably not gonna lie. I honestly believe me being distracted by my dog's barking there really didn't help me going forward. Right, come on. Coman doesn't really have chance much to stretch his legs, but look at that pace. Oh, bollocks. The cross was awful, let's be honest. The pace was fantastic, it's electric. The problem is, we still find ourselves 0-0. Would I take a 1-0 win right now? If it's guaranteed, absolutely. Not the most entertaining of episodes, but a win's a win, isn't it? That's a brilliant ball. Oh, Van der Beek, yes! That is fantastic. That's his third goal of the season, second in Europe. And it opens the scoreline against a team where I realistically should be beating. It's a very good bit of reactions, probably the word.
Tremendous intuition to win it back.
Okay.
On the ball, Morata. Morata. Well, they have the ball once more.
I thought he was going to go down the line then. Like, technically he did, but through the fullback.
Around in the manner of, say, Barcelona or Real Madrid, but they weren't afraid to splash the cash to sign Joao Felix from Benfica, Lee.
Well, astonishing. Sends a real message of intent to the big two, that's for sure. Atletico are here to stay, it seems, Derek.
See, that's one thing I need to learn, not to do big touch towards the defender.
Rosaico. Thomas now. Morata.
Trying to just like spot a pass, but it's tough, you know. The lack of movement then was horrific.
Ideal for the counter. Well, an example of a counter-attack that...
Ah, I thought I could get one more chance in, but 1-0 at half time isn't bad. It isn't bad at all. It keeps us going along quite nicely. Joao Felix is coming off like even if he wasn't knackered, I think I would have taken him off anyway because he's having a poor game. I will say that he's having a poor game. The front three in general, I would say, have been pretty poor in this episode. Joao Felix hasn't hit heights in this episode as he has done in previous ones. But you've got to remember, he's still young. He's still getting a lot better, in fairness. Oh, I did not want that, but I guess it could work.
Promising sequence. Might be
I'm surprised he's still got it, though. That's nice.
Now Coman.
Van der Beek.
Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Degree of difficulty for any goalkeeper.
Sheer quality that...
So with the ball in. Hirodeki with the ball out.
Lamar. Partey. And Coman at the back post.
Oh no!
Really bruised the crossbar.
I will say Coman has been unlucky with shots in this series. So was Morata, in fairness. They could have double their goals. That was a brilliant move. Brilliant ball in from Thomas Partey. That's good, brilliant. Right, I'm going to make those other two subs. And unfortunately, oops, I am actually going to be taking off Morata. Even though I'd love to see him score, I'm starting to really consider his future at the club. Obviously, I'm not going to make a decision now because, like, if I terminated his loan right now, it would actually mean that we would only have Rodrigo and Joao Felix as options. But maybe that would force my hand in a sense to use Joao Felix more as a striker. But the thing is, Rodrigo right now should really be considered as my #1 striker.
Hopefully that's not the commentator's curse.
Oh, cuts in well, goes for the shot, it's hit the post. Okay, we've got 2 lucky rebounds in this game, but I am delighted with that because it means that we do win in a sense, and we get goals. Very unlucky by Lamar, who's had a very good game since coming on as well. See, that's the thing. Lamar, let's be honest, hasn't played enough football this season, and if I decided to get rid of Morata, then it would give Lamar an option. Or I just wait till January, terminate his loan, and then just try and bring in someone. If I could bring in someone and like say, okay, I know who I'm getting to replace you, then that's brilliant. Jesus Christ. I'll have a quick look just after this episode because I do have one name in mind for who I would actually really consider as a player. I do have a name in mind. Alright, Lamar doesn't want to go on a run. I tried to do like a rugby tactic, just keep it going along the line, but dawdled. I wouldn't say, again, like, this performance for me hasn't been great. It hasn't been memorable, but we've got the job done. And realistically, that is all that matters in games like these. These are like games about a quarter way through the season where you'd think, okay, we just need to keep on plodding along, keep getting a bit of consistency, or a lot of consistency in our case, and see where we are around January. Then we can reassess, try and get some really important wins, and go from there. Okay, I'd probably say I switched off, but I honestly don't think I did then. Good job we got that second goal then. Right, we've got 8 minutes just to hold out, maybe create a couple more chances, but we don't want to risk too much.
With their noses in front in the second half, what will be the thinking in the camp, Lee Dixon?
All the athletic players will be looking up at the clock. Time is ebbing away. They have such a delicate lead. Will they rue those missed chances? They could be costly.
So this is the thing. Look how much pace. Oh, Bailey's definitely got me for the beating there. That's a good tackle. That is a good tackle. If Bailey was able to cut in then, that could be curtains. Alright, Jonathan Tart over the top. That much I can say, yes, that's fine. That should be it. And it is it. We've managed to win yet again in this episode, and again it's actually only by 1 goal. Contrast it to last episode where there was many goals, 11 goals. There's only 3 in this, but it does mean that we are now qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League, which is nice to do with a couple of games, and especially before we play PSG. I believe our next game is going to be against Lokomotiv Moscow at home, I want to say, and if it is, that means that we could potentially finish top before we play PSG, unless they win and then we just need like a point or something. But realistic, I'd love to go to Paris knowing that we don't have to win, if that makes sense. We don't have to win, but there is just one name I do want to have a quick look at once we've done this post-match interview. Okay, yeah, he played alright. Yeah, the lads did it, and it is a good lesson, because sometimes our defence has been knocked a bit this season. I'm also is happy with the amount of football he's playing right now. So the one name is, he's a young player that I've known for quite a long time, and that is Brill and Bolo. Okay, I'm going to definitely have a look at him. One thing I was going to see if he had a release clause, but it seems like he doesn't, because sometimes he does. I don't think normally you can sign him at the start of the season, so hopefully in January it will let us try and sign him, because 22 years of age, 4-star weak foot, good pace, good strength. He's very much like a Lukaku when Lukaku actually had pace on FIFA. That's probably how I would say it. But anyway, one more thing before obviously we end, as we look forward to next episode. Oh, we've got an international break coming up. That is interesting. Actually, I just realised something. Not next episode, but the episode after that, which I believe will be episode 11, is going to be this episode. Oh, it's actually PSG next, so we actually do need to get something against them. But in 2 episodes' time, we have PSG away and then Barcelona at home. So the future of the Champions League and the future of La Liga is going to be in the balance, because as you can see, Barcelona are still 100% like we are. They've conceded half the goals, but we've scored a lot more. Real Madrid are not out of it, because say we draw against Barcelona, that is a huge game, by the way. If we can go 3 points clear of Barcelona, that is massive, going into like the second half of the season. But anyway, to end today's episode, we are going to look at the squad hub. Unfortunately, there's been no change to João Felix's goals. He's on 12 in 16, but he has 7 assists, which is totally fine. So his goal contribution is still higher than his games played. Rodrigo, 8 goals in 15 now, which is a lot better than it was, and he's actually gone ahead of Morata now in goals scored, but he's played 1 extra game. So if, say, we should give Morata 1 game, if Morata scores 1 goal, they'll be on identical records, which is still very good. It's got to be said. Felipe Anderson getting another goal, 8 in 11 now, which is fantastic. Koeman, 7 in 14. I still believe Koeman could do a lot better. But that'll be just down the line that we see that. Van der Beek has scored again today, but other than that, not much else has changed. But guys, that is going to wrap up today's episode of the Atletico Madrid Career Mode series here on FIFA 20. If you have enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. But until next time, guys, goodbye.